Oh, you did the
All
art check.
right, hello and welcome. This is George Mason Overwatch bringing you, of course, the match you've anticipated to see who gets into Game Mason. It's George Mason versus Virginia Tech, and we are starting off on Oasis. I'm Hamster Quest, and here's my co-caster Griff,
Yes, welcome. Nice to be back again.
and our
Watch some
proxy.
Overwatch gameplay here.
Sorry about that. And our proxy spectator Hussein as well, Baby Mario. You feeling? Okay,
Yes.
he's a little shy. There he is. Okay,
I'm good. I just minor upsie.
okay, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But I am definitely looking forward to this match. I've seen a lot of Virginia Tech. We saw them, of course, against Nova earlier. Virginia Tech was able to get the dub against them, and now they have to play against the home team, George Mason, potentially the favorites of tonight, to get their chance to show up to Game Mason for the second time. They did show up before as the third place match against ODU, I believe. That was the last time we met in person. But anyway, off to the races. It's Brawl v. Brawl, both sides. A full mirror match here. Zappack getting a little bit of scouting done. It's a huge Maywall from Binks to start off the fight. The bubbles are committed from Escanor. Of course, we got right in your face over on the Diva to provide a little bit of peels here. Matthew looking like he might want to pull the trigger. It's the Immortality that's down for Virginia Tech. They could go in at any moment now. 2-0 getting the pick on May earlier. C Slug able to get the counter charge there, but it's 4-0. It's going to be GMU taking this fight and progressing the percentage in their favor.
Yeah, interesting to note here, George Mason got up to the enemy side of the point early, so they took a lot of good space, and close to a mirror match, but not exactly. There was one difference that fight, and it was right on the Diva, whereas Escanor was on the Zarya. So a lot of that defense matrix kept going.
Oh my
Matthew
gosh,
going
the
for a big
sticky
flank
shatter.
here, catches 3.
It is massive. Jenny Craig
That's
just
an
called,
instant
and we have a special offer for that ultimate right there. Its size was just way too large.
Value doesn't get much higher. That buys them probably an extra 20% on the hold here, just off of one ultimate. Really good job from George Mason and Matthew setting up for that one.
Yeah, they only have Virginia Tech, that is the window, which they're going to throw early, which is an interesting play. Being down in the ult economy now gives George Mason the opportunity to pull the trigger and definitely prolong this fight if they want to. They have more ults. They could commit, but they don't need to right now that they got the one pick. C-Slug is down 2-0, getting another pick on Mandura, his Cassidy Mir opponent there. Also, Pab going down 2-0, picking up 4 in this fight. Well done.
Yeah, and that's actually a bit of an interesting point for me. The last time when I was on the cast, Tua was not an active player for this team, so this is my
That's
first
very
time
true.
seeing him play in a while, so pretty big impact there off the start. Really good. Then they demech the Diva early, and that just allowed them to take a lot more space. Here they are coming in again. Virginia Tech going to pop the beat in the window as well, try and get in here. A lot of a cluster going on right now. Matthew's going to fall early, so that's going to be the go sign for Virginia Tech to continue this push. They're going to have to get on quick here. Almost 15% remaining. 2-0 is going to drop as well, so Virginia Tech, they have the numbers here. They just have to get through to the point. They're going to put the wall on the opposite side and clear out the remaining members of George Mason on the point, and it's the supports and May that are just going to stall here as long as they can. They're almost to 100%. Surely that's what they're going to look for. George Mason going to be content there with the 99%. Going to fall back and reap the next push here.
Yeah, it was a good play from Virginia Tech there. They only committed the high noon is all they needed. Now they're coming up on that huge ult advantage. But actually, I've miscalculated. GMU's actually just got that beat. They're close to that shatter as well. So GMU actually may be looking to play this next fight a little bit faster than Virginia Tech. Now they're moving into the right side. Matthew has that shatter finally. It's going to be 2-0 opening with the high noon, but the wall blocks it off. They're going to try to commit the Blizzard as well. Virginia Tech ult stacking 2 ults, the Blizzard and the shatter, and it is proving devastating for George Mason here. They are not able to get onto this point. Now the rest of the members of George Mason are falling like flies. They're going to commit the bomb as well. Actually, that's Wright's bomb there. So George Mason... Oh, wait, sorry? It was Escanor's bomb. I thought they both bombed there for a second. Anyway, Bink's trying to stop them from getting out, but it is futile, stalling them a little bit longer. Virginia Tech is going to win that fight.
They can't give up the point at all, so they're going to use a couple more ults than maybe than you would like, but George Mason responds, and they all go out, so probably going to be happy with that fight if you're on the side of Virginia Tech, that is. Get to keep the point, and the ultimate economy gets a bit closer. That being said, the window's going to be coming up from Inform. Matthew gets a big shatter once more. That's 2 down on the point. They're going to tank out the tanks on the side of Virginia Tech as quick as they can, and the back line is soon to follow after that. A clean wipe for George Mason, no men falling. And that's going to flip the point. Surely Virginia Tech can't get back in time. Wall goes up just to make sure.
Yeah, GMU well played there. They had 3 ults available. It was the window to start them off, the blizzard to follow it up, and the shatter to make sure no one got out of a blizzard. So that was pretty rough for Virginia Tech to hold. That fight beforehand, actually both divas committed the bomb. I think Virginia Tech maybe committed a little too much of the ultimates in that fight that they were not able to hold the next fight favorably for themselves. But here now we're switching over some comps. We're finally getting to see a little bit more ball action. Wonder if we'll see some tracers as well. But there it is, the infamous Zen Brig. Defend the back line. A lot of damage available in this comp. Both teams gonna send TP out. There it is. A Binks over to the tracer. But Pab opts to go to the Echo here. So this will be a little bit more interesting. Virginia Tech is going to want to play slower because of their range damage, while a Binks wants to play pretty fast. Now the ball caught out. The Discord on that target made it easy pickings for a Binks to get that first pick in the fight. Now they're looking to get in aggressive. A Binks on the back line. Zen goes down. Virginia Tech, no hope here. All members down. Escanor not back in time.
That's sometimes the danger of playing the ball right there. You get booped out of position or go a little bit too far in. The Discord comes down and your team's in a disadvantage. Unfortunate for Virginia Tech there. Without that front line, the rest of the players easily fall. Maybe George Mason getting a little bit too aggressive here at the main point, trying to hold Virginia Tech at the choke. And Tua and Matthew, a bit disjointed for the team, going to fall here. It's going to be back to the point here to try and stall as long as they can. Escanor going into the back line, taking some space for his team to get onto the point. And they're going to set up nicely here with the Sigma. Mason looking just to stall as much as they can at this point, perhaps for their extra members who are coming back shortly here. So they might have a clean fight of this out yet. Binks can throw the pulse bomb, but not going to land. But he does get the kill anyway on Sea Slug, so that's 1 member down. A bit more work to do. Right in your face is going to answer as well, but it's actually both of the hamsters that are going to go down here. So both tanks out of the fight here for Virginia Tech. 2-0 gets caught on the side, and a Binks soon to fall as well. So just a few supports here to try and stall. George Mason still has control of the objective, so they're going to be happy with this. They're going to throw a couple ultimates in here to make sure that things keep on going. Maybe the Transcendence and the Mind. It's going to be an EMP to answer on the side of Virginia Tech, but a lot of ultimates just going out here, but the kills are what's important. 2 of them in favor of Virginia Tech here, and make that 3. George Mason still stalling, though. This objective is so close. 2's going to pop the visor, not get anything out of it, and finally, the objective flips over into Virginia Tech's favor.
Yeah, that was a really long fight for Virginia Tech to finally flip that in their favor. GMU putting in a great stall effort. They have that additional mobility from the Tracer and the Soldier as opposed to the Sombra and the Cassidy that's on the side of VT. So it took them a little while to close out that fight. Now GMU kind of in one-fight territory. If they win this fight fast, they might be able to just win the whole map in the round for that matter. There it is, the ball rolling through. Mandura trying to take that out. Does trade with 2-0 there. The Helix Rockets landing back on Mandura, though. Binks has the pulse ready. He's looking for the back line, just barely misses. Brig able to live. And now VT holding onto this point so far. A Binks picking up Escanor, and now the damage and the angles are available for VT. Right, sniffs out the Zen, though. Gets a little bit of damage before falling off to peel for his backline, but 2-0 is putting in some work, taking out the off tank of Virginia Tech. Sea Slug goes down, and that is going to be what triggers the point to go over to George Mason's favor.
Yeah, great job from a Binks there, getting that first pick with the help of his team, and also towards the latter stages of that fight, just occupying the Zen from Virginia Tech in the backline for so long, not able to heal the team, provide any of those discords of support. Just allows the rest of George Mason to put full prior on that fight and get it cleanly. Matthew going to be looking to get up on the high ground here. They're going to let Virginia Tech into the objective here to contest, but it's the fight that George Mason wants. They're going to get it early, taking out the hamster on the side of Virginia Tech. EMP is going to go, but not much is going to be found with it. The fight sort of stalls in a bit of a lull here as ultimates are popped from each side. Cassidy's going to pop the high noon, but no kills found with it. It's going to be an all-out brawl. Both teams coming close together, and George Mason's going to get the first pick here. Matthew rolling around and picking up two. Biggs with the pulse bomb to follow, but the fight doesn't even need to come to an end here. All members of Virginia Tech pop off the point, and that will spell the end.
Yeah, GMU doing a good job attacking the core and putting a lot of pressure on the tanks of Virginia Tech there. Matthew gonna get this play, of course. The big shatter from the side gets, I think, 5 members, everyone but the tank in the front there. I don't know, might have missed both tanks, but massive nonetheless. Big play to give George Mason the win on that round, and now the map in their favor. They're going to move one up in the series. It is going to be Virginia Tech's map pick. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with more George Mason Overwatch action. All right, welcome back. It is Virginia Tech's map pick. They have selected Junkertown. If you're just joining us now, George Mason is 1 up in the series. It is best of 5. The winner of tonight gets to travel to Game Mason at the PAB to play LAN finals against Shenandoah, which moved to the grand finals match out of winners finals. They beat George Mason to get there, which means George Mason now has to play against Virginia Tech in losers finals, which is this match right here, right now. The first map was Oasis. George Mason did get the 2-0 victory there. But now we're seeing a bit of a different composition. We saw Brawl. We saw some Ball Tracer. Now we get to see George Mason rotated over to the double shield potentially here on the defense.
Yeah, always interesting to see on the first point of Junkertown, what, at least for me, coming from my experience as a DPS player, which characters they're going to pick up here. See the Hanzo early for 2-0, and Mandora also following that as well. There's a Widow Oliver earlier, which would have been a treat for me, but looks like this is more so the standard comp and what both teams are going to opt for in the DPS department. Although I say that, and Mandura switches over to Cassidy at the last second, so maybe a bit of an audible coming there as we get things going here.
Yeah, we'll see. The Widow got that, of course, health nerf some time ago, 175. People opt to not play that as much. C2O over on the Hanzo as well. For his sniper preference, he's getting a little bit of damage out just now as Pab gets low. Escanor is trying to get in, gets a good pile drive. However, VT not quite able to follow that up. The space made is noticed, but George Mason got that first pick on the Tracer. Pab rotates over to the Echo. It's going to be Yuck here on the off angle, ready to move in. The ball, again, Escanor trying to make the space, but unfortunately goes down at the hands of George Mason in their front line. 2-0 getting another pick here. 3 picks. I'm spectating the wrong person.
Yeah, and really that was interesting just because it was a fight of inches. 2-0 dropping to almost 40 HP at one point, but teammates keep him alive enough to deal the damage and ends up with a triple there. Sends Virginia Tech back to their spawn to maybe rethink this push. They do have several characters that can take the air, so maybe that will be point of attack. Pab up on the high ground, as I say that, looking for an angle. But not going to find anything, at least just yet. Ooh, Yuck. Going to go for an aggressive play there. Instantly has to recall out, but a little bit of damage done and threat onto the back line. Working towards that pulse bomb, coming up on it now. Might look to use that onto the answer in the back line, but as I say that, Virginia Tech going to come up with 2 to 3 picks, actually, finding their way onto George Mason's key members, and they're going to wipe the rest of them. It's just Yuck now, finding a angle perhaps to stall from, but not entirely.
We'll see if he does opt to go for the stall play here. He is pretty far behind. We do hear 2-0 commit the Dragons. He's getting onto that Echo. He might get the pick here, but Echo does get to safety as Matthew drops down on the point. He has the Fortify used. There's the lamp to support him. Unfortunately, GMU don't have any picks yet. They're going to commit the Graviton Flux. It's going to be Pad picking up a few kills in the fight, though. Now, Sea Slug getting 2 with their Flux. It's going to be VT's fight.
Yeah, Virginia Tech. Pad may be a bit happy in the long term that he got picked off early on that Tracer, switching over to the Echo and finding pretty good success, taking out the lamp early in that fight that would have kept George Mason members alive and finding several more kills afterwards. Gonna stick on Route 1, coming up on the duplicate here for the next fight. And Ultimate's in the favor of Virginia Tech at the moment. George Mason coming up on those bongos and another pulse bomb here, though, so they might look to equalize. Escanor taking a lot of space here. Going to find George Mason in the hallways up here. Maybe looking for a more stealthy approach, but not going to find it. Everyone's going to be hopping down on the point, looking to contest. The bongos are going to come out from Matthew. Going to get some extra damage for the team. The lamp goes out early in the window, but things sort of stall here as no one's looking to be the first person to make a mistake in this fight. George Mason going to get anti-nated here, so they're going to have to continue to play passive, and because of that, Matthew falls. So difficult position that they're in here. They're finding themselves on the opposite side of where they'd like to be defending from, so they're going to have to force their way onto points regardless of their teammates that aren't there, and as a result of that bit of a misposition during the fight, the objective is going to get pushed, and regardless of the outcome of this fight, Virginia Tech has secured the second spawn here.
Yeah, GMU tried to opt for a brawl very soon, early in that point. They dropped off the top and tried to take an aggressive fight, which they may have the opportunity to do, but it just didn't work out for them. And eventually, VT along the way got a lot of cart push and eventually did cap that point. George Mason, a small miscalculation there is going to cost them a lot of time on the clock and a potentially third point progress, or a significant amount for Virginia Tech. Now 2-0 over to the Ash, getting a lot of spam damage. Could be a good answer to the Echo. Right, trying to take space here. The pressure is a little bit on 2-0. Right now has the Discord on. I'm forced to fall back. He's landing his shots so far. Mandura getting quite low. There it is. Now GMU, the opportunity to push. They need to go and clean up these picks for the ult charge. Escanor equalizing a little bit with Pab there. But it's going to be GMU's fight nonetheless.
Yeah, Pressure's on Tuo, and when he's against the wall there, succeeds. Comes out with 2 kills and gets the 3rd low that Yuck's able to dive in and clean up on the Zenyatta there. So great job from George Mason. That was a must-win fight. Gives them a chance to stabilize here and, like you said, build up the ult economy. They're going to be coming up with Bob and the Graviton Flux.
There just the mines from Escanor. It's big. He picks up 2 with that. The pile drive kills 1. Now the Trance committed to try to keep his team up. That's Avacyn on the Zen. GMU looking like they are caught with their pants down just a little bit. Matthew going down. Now it's really up to 2-0. Throw this Bob on the point to stall a little bit longer. Yuck is available as well. First to touch goes down to Escanor as well. Right, it's going to commit the Flux. The Retaliation Flux goes out, but gets CC'd. GMU looks like they will hold this. The Bob on the point is able to stop that push as well.
Great job from Right there. Finds a big ultimate and plays his shield, gets 2 picks on the side. Definitely crucial picks to find there. They're going to go for some of these characters left. Dog going to hit the sleep on Matthew, which guarantees his life. And because of that, the stall doesn't occur. Virginia Tech might look for another re-hit here. And it's going to come quick. Escanor have been finding a lot of success on this ball, finding good openings. This one doesn't exactly result in much anything other than pressure, but pressure results in ult charge, and that's what Virginia Tech needs to push this final point. Matthew's going to be going in on the backline here. Escanor does the same and finds a bit more success. Tuo going to go down early here, and that's a key member of George Mason. But it's going to be answered here by Yuck, who finds a pick onto the backline. Multiple members going down here all at once, and most of them on the side of George Mason. That's going to result in the cart being pushed to the end.
GMU just didn't have what they needed to in the defensive ult department. Unfortunately, it was... oh my god, I forgot his name. Anform. Annual Tax Form. I was thinking in my head. We kind of meme his name around. Anyway, he threw out that trance the fight beforehand, potentially when he didn't need to. And then the ult economy tipped in VT's favor. They were able to really pressure the backline there, especially with the mines. Matthew wasn't able to get his mines in time to stall that point. He did pick up 2 at the end there, but it didn't ultimately work out for George Mason. So now GMU slipping up a little bit. It's 3 points taken by Virginia Tech, so they are looking like they have some new life in them to give George Mason a run for their money.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Escanor looking good. That second fight when George Mason was looking for the brawl, he spots them out early on the ball. Just that mobility allows him to find there. His team can better position with that knowledge, and they take that fight. And then just finding a couple of clean picks onto George Mason members that might have been too far spread out and not able to be helped. And that leads his team to being able to find the final capture here. 1:20 remaining. That's pretty decent for Junkertown. Many teams can find themselves getting stalled at some of these long winding roads, but it's going to be George Mason's turn to attack here. They're going to be running the Bastion, maybe looking up to set a pirate ship up and try and get a quick push.
You know, it's been so long since I've seen a pirate ship get set up, so I'm quite excited to see this. It is a little bit cheesy, but I'm loving it. Tuo's got to get that first pick of the fight. Oh, yes. Now, it's up to VT to get a very fast hit on this cart at the right opportunity. Being 1 member down in the fight pretty early means that they are probably pretty hesitant to do it, but there it is, the Anna nade, very big opener. And now Escanor is able to pick out 1 member, Zappat, but 2-0 retaliates as well. It's still Yuck alive and well on the Bastion, though. He's able to pick up Escanor, and now the Recon double kill. He's got to secure this first point.
Yeah, Yuck just showing some great fluidity there. Gets bio-nated, but doesn't panic. You know, tucks in a corner, waits out the cooldown, resets up in the turret form, takes down Escanor in the back line, and then is able to push forward in that recon form and get multiple more members. George Mason, the pirate ship working out quickly here. I held my breath there as 2-0 pushes it for a little bit of information and pays his life for it, but the spawn's not too far away. Not going to be the biggest deal. Has the dragon up. Could look to use that. That's the closest ultimate that George Mason has. And as I said, that Virginia Tech also has that dragon on their side. So pretty equal ultimate economy here. George Mason a bit closer on some of these coming up, and formed crucially with the window. That could be big with the Bastion on the card. Dragon's gonna come out here from both sides.
Somehow,
No kills found.
the Dragons got eaten on Virginia Tech's side. I don't know how Wright got that. He was so low on the ground. I'm honestly impressed that he managed to do that. Now George Mason pushing forward. They have the Bastion on the cart ready to go. The Bionade hits, and no lamp is available or coming out, but actually is needed is the key word. George Mason cleaning up the rest of the picks there and is going to get that second point, and I believe a faster time than Virginia Tech.
Yeah, it's going to be close either way at that point. Definitely looked like the faster time. I think Virginia Tech had a second attempt at that second point. But all that matters now is this third point. George Mason doing a great job so far, finding success on this pirate ship composition. And they have a lot of ultimates saved, which is very crucial here for this final push. Virginia Tech has several of their own coming up on that Zenyatta ultimate here, which is going to be very important for dissuading anything. 2-0, setting up pressure on the high ground. Finds Fab early. That's an in for George Mason as they slowly creep forward. The Zenyatta ultimate is forced out here. That's going to be great for Yuck. Hasn't even popped the ultimate yet. Just has to survive into that point, and they might be able to go. The window goes up, but he doesn't even need the ultimate. He's just spraying down into Virginia Tech. They're hiding behind walls as the cart moves ever forward.
The
they can't hide
damage.
forever. The damage is too much through that window.
My
with the
goodness.
Bastion. Doesn't even need the ultimate. And they're going to be hunting the extremities now. George Mason not even going to need to find them. It's just choo-choo chugging straight on forward with a glorious, almost full 5 minutes remaining on the clock.
Wow, what a speed run. Did they lose a fight? I don't think they lost a fight on that offense.
I can't say that they did. They stalled for a little bit at the first point, but after that Bionade wore off, they just kept on going.
Yeah, the Bionades have been big. I think that actually opened up Virginia Tech's offense for their first point. The Bionade forced out and forms Immortality Field, and they were able to get some picks out of that. So GMU is respecting that, but have dealt with it well on their offense. Now it's up to Virginia Tech to make the most out of what they have in the time bank, 1 minute and 20 seconds. GMU opting to run the defense they ran before. Looks like Virginia Tech may be making some swaps over to the Soldier. We'll see if that sticks, but they are keeping that Echo, which has been pretty useful. No hit scan available really from George Mason other than the BAP, but if enough damage is being put onto the rest of the team, then BAP has to decide whether to really shoot and pressure this Echo or heal the team. As I say it, Pab looks like they have finally decided to switch over to the Hanzo.
Yeah, Pab was looking good on that Echo on the first round of their attack. Was running it on the defense as well and didn't have as much pressure. Was picked out a couple times by 2-0 on the Hanzo, which is not the easiest thing in the world to hit those projectiles onto those flying small targets. Espinor going to be probing this back side of George Mason. Going to be jumping onto 2-0. The health goes low and it goes down to 0. Pav is there to make sure that the execute goes off and that they can start this offense off with a pick. It'll be answered back shortly by George Mason, but more of these kills are rolling through. Back onto Zapat in the backline. That's a bit of heals. Anform's going to have a tough job here trying to keep the rest of George Mason alive as Virginia Tech continues their push here. All members looking healthy. George Mason's going to decide to concede the space here. Pretty smart. They want to have another push or another chance at this fight before we reach the objective. Duck in the backline. Looking for a pick onto the Soldiers. Soldier goes low. Gonna find the kill here despite the heals from Sugardog trying to keep him alive. And that's 2-0 who also answers with the kill on Pab. Both DPS going down. Rez is gonna come up and get Mandura back alive. And Duck finds himself dashing back into these mines. 2-0 is gonna get his revenge on the mines. Gonna clear them all out. A little bit of ult charge for that. 4 seconds left on the clock. George Mason gonna look to stall this one out here, make sure that the push can't happen any further. They're taking the fight to Virginia Tech. Right, finding himself in the backline, lands a stun onto the Soldier, takes him down very quickly. Big Gravitic Flux gonna slam all members, but the Zenyatta ultimate, Transcendence, keeps them alive, at least for the moment. A crucial, almost desperation res as 2 is just wiping all members for Virginia Tech off the field.
I liked the play I saw from George Mason. There was at one point during that offense where, they have the Brig, they have this brawl potential that they need to pull out and get aggressive when they have the chance. And that I think that was a very good a display of their macro knowledge, that they went and got some value off of a brawl before that fight was done on the defense there, and they were able to stay alive, peel back, kind of ebb and flow, and then get the value off of their range damage. The Ash as well as Yuck on his off angles. I even saw Right on a pretty good off angle. GMU, I think, really had the macro for them on that defense.
Yeah, and if you're Virginia Tech here, you just have to show that you have. Well, I would say you would have to show that you have an answer for the pirate ship that was run so efficiently on you last time. But George Mason not even looking like they're going to opt for that, at least not at the moment. Switching instead over to the Tracer for Yuck and the Widow at the moment for 2-0. We mentioned that with the balance changes that occurred, this isn't all as common as it may have used to been on this map, but as the timer comes down, 2-0 look like he's going to go for maybe a bit of a confidence play and going to keep this locked in at the moment.
I'm excited to see it. We don't get to see Widow all too often, but when 2-0 plays it, he usually does pretty well.
Yep.
So first shot blocked by a shield, but landing one headshot so far. Escanor getting very low, and Matthew's going to finish that off. Unfortunately, 2-0 does go down, but GMU is still going to push. They have a little bit of an advantage just because they have more frontline pressure, so let's see what kind of space they take with that. Yuck is on the off angle. 2-0 is, of course, going to have the spawn advantage here, but Avacyn gets that pick on Yuck, and now Virginia Tech has the man advantage. Let's see what they do with it right now. They're holding strong, just keeping their angles, and it looks like there's a pause at this moment.
Yeah. Just to recap that fight there, 2-0 goes for that Widow grapple and doesn't exactly get the kill, but gets enough damage onto Escanor to have the rest of his team send him back to spawn. So even though he dies afterwards, that's like, you're saying worth at that point, as we're going to jump right back into things here. But as you said, the pick on the Tracer sort of buys time for Escanor to get back. Not back yet, though. George Mason going to be looking to keep up on the pressure. Right is looking to find Escanor out from that spawn, but going to make it over. And Form finds a pick onto Chakadog, and the window goes down, or not the window, excuse me, the lamp goes down as well. Mandora finding his trade kill onto Zapat. Things are trading evenly right now. Right goes for a bit of a flank, and it's a bit risky. Mandora punishes that, but on the front side of the fight, George Mason's coming out with a couple kills here. They're going to get 3, and surely that's enough to take the last little bit of space on this objective.
Wow, well done, GMU. I tried to get a bit of an angle from above. I noticed that they were really going for the lane control. You saw 2-0 on the left lane, cliff side, while Right in your face and Yuck were pushing on the right side, as Matthew held it down in the middle with Anform. So just like what this lineup, what this setup offers GMU is that pressure from the angles. Virginia Tech has to respect and answer them, because if they don't, if they put too many resources in one of the lanes, then the other lanes get to push and be aggressive. So you saw some kills get traded, but every kill that VT got there was from an overcommitted lane. I think they were all from the center lane. I think maybe Yuck went down as well. I can't remember exactly, but GMU was able to collapse on the other angles. I think 2-0 remained up in that fight, and it was just too far for Virginia Tech to contest. And then as the fight goes on, the spam increases its value to increase your chance of getting a fight win there. And so GMU was able to play that long fight and do quite well and secure the map.
Yeah, absolutely. Just shows also how much more important that 2-0 pick could have been than I first realized. That Shield would stay up and maybe protect some of those members of Virginia Tech from those multiple different angles. But with that sort of layer of defense gone, George Mason makes a good idea, a good play there. Attacking from multiple angles. They can't possibly defend from all of them. It was quite well.
It worked quite well. Looks like we're going to have a short break here. We'll stay and keep you company around this time. Unless there's any need from Hussein. You doing fine over there? You want to chime in again?
I'm doing fine. I just remember like the first one of the first team fights. Yuck was on the recon rampage, as you will. That,
Yeah,
that,
the
was- that was
recon
that
double
was
kill.
interesting.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a clip. Let's add that to the roster reveal.
True.
Did we get our roster reveal?
Yes.
We did. All right.
Technically, yeah.
Okay. I know there's a few GMU teams that might still be waiting for their roster reveal. It's got to be a roster remember at this point by the end of the semester.
True.
No flame to our media team. I know they're
Oh
working
no, it's not
hard.
even a media problem.
Yeah,
Just
they
some
are.
people on some teams haven't submitted clips.
Yeah, that is a bottleneck as well.
I will defend the media homies. They're chill.
I do respect them. Mad respect for the media team. They made these assets, of course, that you're looking at right now, and pretty much everything I do is possible because of them. And looks like we are going to be moving into Virginia Tech's last map. Oh, wait, sorry, getting ahead of
Missed a
myself.
little letter there.
Well, actually, it is their last map pick because if they win, it will be GMU's map pick after. This is Virginia Tech's do or die. They pick Kings Row here. It looks like they may be opting to go some brawl against George Mason. We'll see. We'll see how that works out for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the consensus is on this map, but I at least know that from my experience playing it, this is like the comfort map.
Yes.
So maybe Virginia Tech falling back a little bit on something that they know that they can run something they like here. They can run something that feels comfortable. But you got to know as well, when you buy into that, the opposing team is also probably going to be on that comfortable side. So just something to think about. You see another Widowmaker hovered early here. They're just teasing me at this point.
Yeah. Only 2-0 is brave enough to run it. I'll say that. We'll see if that caster curse is the other way around, though. King's Row is like the Dust 2 of Overwatch.
I
know?
was going to say it's either the Dust 2 or like the Mirage of Overwatch, but I wasn't entirely. I wasn't 100% confident in my analogy.
Believe in yourself. No,
Yeah.
I saw it. I felt it. Building that caster synergy. You can see us at Game Mason Saturday. I'll plug that again at the end of the stream, exactly what's going on there and who our special guest is. But George Mason starting on the defense here, and they're running the double shield. So here, VT might not have as much practice running into double shield. Of course, most people in scrims are going to be running a brawl on King's Row. They have the May available. They do use it properly by walling off the spam damage on the high ground. Matthew forced to hide behind his wall. A Banks trying to keep him up. VT is playing very fast. What they need to do in order to win this fight, it's going to be Matthew going down first, right in your face. Does equalize a little bit. There's a DMAC Diva, as well as a deceased Lucio. But GMU does not have the spawn advantage. They have to watch out for Escanor pushing forward here with Pab. Zapat is going to try to peel right a little bit here and picks out the May. So well done from GMU's backline. Boy, the Pat of Zaps. 2-0 is going to get a pick for himself as well. And now GMU looks like they may have enough numbers to hold this, and they do. C-Slug sent packing.
Oh my gosh, I was on the edge of my seat there. That was so risky for George Mason staying on the point there. Zapat dives forward and the wall comes up. I think he's dead for sure there, but manages to crawl his way out and find not only his life being saved, but a kill as well in return. George Mason going to be happy with that
Ooh,
one.
the wall.
Picks up
Here's the
point here, walls can come
dragons.
up.
Sorry,
Both
I'm
dragons
taking
going
your
out.
play-by-play.
Doesn't find anybody yet. 2-0 is going to find the pick there, not with the dragon, but with the arrow, and just free-for-all, free-fire on the high ground here. 2-0's not even going to be given an angle, actually, as the rest of Virginia Tech goes to battle in the hotel, but that's a bit of a clump-up spot for the rest of George Mason's heroes on the field, so they're going to be sent packing no matter who gets to deal the final blow. And George Mason is going to be also coming up on some crucial ultimates here to extend this hold. The Blizzard, almost at 85% here, and Matthew coming up on the Shatter as well.
Yeah, GMU has been landing some good walls. Binks doing well there. Amform actually going to get the first pick in the fight. There he's got that window angle on the high ground. It's trying to get contested by C-Slug, but they go down, get demacked. The high noon comes out. GMU has the resources to protect themselves from it. It's got to be Wright's Flux. It's massive. Picks up, I think, all 4 remaining members of Virginia Tech, and now they only have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock with one ult ready for next
Bit
fight.
of a problem here for Virginia Tech. The Diva keeps getting demacked somewhere around the start of the fight each time around. Not sure if there's just a bit of a desync or conflicting ideas on what they want to accomplish here, or if George Mason's just making a good job of prioritizing that target. But Matthew, we see him do this all the time, looking for a sneaky shatter here. All
Can't
members of
happen.
Virginia Tech are going to be going into the hotel. They're going to come out. Matthew maybe not going to get in the sneak shatter he wants, but it's still a good one anyway. The charge gets blocked by the May Ice block. Matthew actually going to get charged out as well of the lamp. Going to fall there, but 2-0 still looking to pump out some damage here. The rest of Virginia Tech is going to be forced into a bit of an alcove. Both the May walls go up and buy a little bit of time. George Mason being forced off the point here as Zapat goes down. Not going to have the heals to sustain on point, but both DPS go down for Virginia Tech. George Mason taking another chance at this fight. They haven't given up a tick yet, so if they can stabilize here, 2-0 with a long shot on the Baby Diva takes the last few members off the point, and there's 30 seconds here remaining. Don't know how they managed to do it, but George Mason stabilized here, and they haven't even given up anything.
Yeah, they're going to have the window available for next fight coming on the Flux and the Dragons as well. Potentially even a Blizzard. VT has a little bit to work with here. They may open with the window. Again, they're taking this hotel rotation. They have to watch out for the Binks wall. It's landed a few times. They're able to get out. The window coming out. It's retaliated by Amform, who might have a better angle, especially when the Flux comes out here. His window does get walled, but now they're getting value off of it. It's the Diva Bomb out from VT. Does not pick up anyone. GMU moving up 2 members in the fight. They do lose right, but Ibinks is going to throw out that Blizzard. And the members of VT barely get out of it, but that means they're not on the point. And GMU, a full hold on King's Row.
Yeah, both DPS doing a great job there at the tail end of that fight. The Blizzard zones them off initially, and then the Dragon comes out from 2-0 to keep them off the point. If they want to walk back in, they're going to get slowed, and they're going to take consecutive damage hits from that Dragon. Great job overall there. And it all started with that giant Flux from right, just grabbing almost every single, or maybe I think every single member of Virginia Tech. Great job there. They managed to get the lamp down in time, so it wasn't a clean wipe off the start. But just great use of the ultimates from George Mason. A lot of value whenever they decide to use them.
Yes, and if you are just joining us now, GMU just got that full hold on King's Row, which we are watching right now. It's going to be VT up next on the defense to try to match that play that GMU has been performing. I also forgot to update the scores. GMU is up 2-0 in the series. It is a best of 5, so this is do or die for Virginia Tech. The winner gets to perform live at George Mason Land Finals, which will be on Saturday. I'll need to double check the time on that for you, but it will be sometime early evening, late afternoon.
If you're Virginia Tech here, though, you did pick this map. I'm sure they have a strategy for it. They can't be feeling too down just yet. I'm sure that they believe that they can full hold here as well. George Mason going to come out the doors here, looking for an early pick so that they can call this one to quits. Looking for it on pad, but just going to force him off the high ground. Playing safe here, going to keep his life. Big pull here from Matthew. Just seeing if they can find any members. 2-0 dueling here with Tab almost loses his head. Arrows are flying, whizzing by. None of them going to land just yet, though, as George Mason pushes through the initial choke here. Going to be fighting around Statue now. Just playing both angles here. They have one shield for each, so that they can play both of them. 2-0 gonna land a shot, but nothing is lethal just yet. They're playing George Mason inching ever closer, and Wright does find the initial pick here on Tab. 2-0's going to take out the lamp as well, so nobody's going to be safe for much longer as the kills just keep
They begin to
rolling.
fall like flies. It's George Mason's comp that wants to play the long fight, and they do it. GMU is going to move on to the grand finals at Game Mason. Wow. What a way to close the night. GMU getting that full hold there right in your face, getting the play of the game as duly deserved, the MVP potentially of this map. Probably definitely this map.
Yeah, I honestly can't say if I ever saw an ultimate from Wright that didn't land on maybe
at least 4
or 3 members from the enemy team, VC, Virginia Tech, that is. So I definitely, if that's where you're throwing it, I can't see a counterpoint to that. Definitely a great game played from Wright.
Yeah, definitely, I'd say so. And so Ooh, jeez. Is there anything else I want to say about that last map? I do want to say George Mason, I think, played that double shield pretty well. You know, they were chipping away at the Rhine shield. They had the spam damage, of course. That's the way you want to play it. And as VT's resources slowly dwindled away, GMU able to take that fight and get the victory right there. But kudos to Virginia Tech. Well played. They get third in the Game Mason tournament. So that is, I believe, the second time they take that title. So definitely no small feat there. Well played to them. Thank you for coming to Game Mason and participating in our tournament. So big shout out to them, their team. And I hope they get a program. I don't think they have an esports program over there. So VT staff, if you're watching this, please give your students some representation out there.
Look how
they
well
definitely
they're doing just on their
deserve
own
it.
right now.
I know, right? Imagine if they get some support. That's how GMU was feeling, and they got student involvement involved. Of course, I've spoke very highly of them in the past, and I continue to do so as they were the organization at GMU that was able to get Game Mason often running to begin with. So let's talk some Game Mason here. Hussein, can you fill us in on when that'll be, what to look out for at that event?
Sure. So Game Mason starts on Friday at 6:30 p.m. till 9, at least for the Friday section. That's mostly just sort of walk around, play some console games, buy some art, and it's going to be ending with a Big Brigade concert, which is a band that actually speedruns games while they play the song at the pace of the speedrun. And if the speedrunner actually dies, they just stop and repeat. And I find it's like a really cool concept. And then on Saturday is the big day. Smash tournaments, obviously Game Mason Overwatch Finals. Tara Strong is going to be there. She's going to have a masterclass. And yeah, so much more.
Can I learn how to talk like Timmy Turner?
You can if you join the masterclass, I hope.
I think it's a little too late to get the those tickets,
I actually
right?
did check for those.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the
but class is all gone, but you can still hear the speech and the talk that she.
Yeah,
if you hear it close enough, you can hear a Timmy Turner impression.
Yeah.
From beyond the walls.
Yeah, it's just peep on that masterclass. Anyway, what time is the GMU?
That will be that will start at 4:30, and it's estimated to go up till 6:30 at the latest.
Okay, so definitely do catch that if you're an Overwatch fan. GMU represent. We are going to be playing against Shenandoah, who's coming from winner's side to play George Mason. There is no bracket reset, so it is going to be a best of 5. Winner takes all of first place. I was about to say winner takes all, but there's split prize pooling. But winner takes all the pride. GMU, of course, at the last land finals lost to JMU in a 3-1, kind of a nail-biter series. Honestly, that was some really good Overwatch. I think this next one is going to be the closest Overwatch you will witness at in Virginia Talent, I guess, aside from Bryant Stratton, which was not able to join our tournament. But yeah, some real big powerhouses of Virginia got to brawl it out this Saturday. So definitely do not miss it. Am I missing any other announcements?
No, I think you're good.
All right, then we will close the stream. Thank you so much for watching and supporting George Mason Overwatch. I've been Hamster Quest, still am, joined by Griff.
Yeah, that's me. Always glad to make a nice appearance once more with all my friends here.
Griff missed Batman to be here tonight. I forgot to thank you for that.
That is
those tickets.
Griff is the most dedicated GMU caster.
I know where my heart lies.
I'm so proud of you. All right, thank you so much. And also thank you, Hussein, for filling in the spectator as well.
Yes.
Wasn't the feed you watched tonight, but it will be the feed you watch at Game Mason. That'll be all. We'll see you then. Have a good night.
Yes.